Welcome to the channel, everybody. Leveling Diecast, Matchbox on tap today. Not just any Matchbox, moving parts. This is mix number 3 for 2024. Includes 4, yes, 4 brand spanking new castings to moving parts. So we're going to kick this off with some existing castings. 1965 Volkswagen 1600 TL Fastback. It's been a little bit since we've seen this particular casting. Nice to see this guy return. There is deets. There is your barcodes and stuff like that, should you want those. Assortment codes, that kind of stuff like that. We'll just crack this guy open. Of course, these still use those new cards that debuted for 2024 with the little recyclable, compostable piece in there. Slide the car out. That one actually came out relatively well. Didn't have to really break much of it. So nice and fancy. Get that guy out of here. Unfortunately, this one does not come with a chrome base. So S50, we are finally up to some bigger day codes. We're almost at the end of 2023. So there is the base deets. Nice full front prints on that one. Looks good. Grun Volkswagen. I'm sure there is a, details to that license plate print right there. Looks pretty good on the back as well. Love the details on it. There is the side profile. Just some typical tan window. The doors don't open all that much, but that is the moving part feature. The interior is pretty average. Left-hand drive, I don't believe this one has an interior variation. This is from the original iteration of moving parts. This was in the very first batch ever, way back in the day. So pretty cool. We'll throw that guy down there. All right, another casting that is already existing, which is a very, very good one. This is the Ram Ambulance 2016. That is a Aldar 58 deco. It's Mark Geralda himself done that deco. Posted this up on my Instagram, and he did confirm that that is his deco. So we will go ahead and pull this one out. Sometimes they are a little bit easier with the packaging. First time we're seeing the ambulance in the new packaging. So again, they are extremely, extremely secure. So we'll pull that guy out of there. We'll set the packaging to the side. There is our ambulance right there. Very, very nice that this guy gets full front print. I think this one always needs to have full front print. The headlight print's a little bit small, but I'm glad the print's on there anyways. Looks very, very good. Does have a gray base, which is pretty nice. There's a couple different pieces to this casting. The front section you see here is actually different than the base. So that one looks pretty good. Light bar integrated into the cab. Sorry about that. So that is a new deco. Of course, unit number 58. This is going to also be on the Scania Command Center vehicle in real working rigs this year. Ooh, look at that. Very, very cool. Look at that. I really like the deco on the back. Looks really, really good. Even has the turn arrows for the turn signals on each side. I'm very disappointed that the lights did not get printed. You're already doing a pass on the back. It's very, very disconcerting that the lights did not get printed. But this model in general is relatively expensive, I'm assuming, because those doors are die cast. These are metal. The doors are not plastic. And they're printed up. They look pretty good. I do like the contrasting color of the doors. Really hard to get some light in there, but there is kind of a gurney on one side in the seating area. Typical ambulance and whatnot. There's your deets on this side. Still looks pretty good. The disc hub wheels is a very, very good fit for this model. It is mostly metal, which is very, very nice. Base deets right here. Saw the base just a minute ago, but that one looks pretty good. The door is a little bit loose. It's all right. It happens. But that one is fantastic. Really, really happy about that one. That one's super, super cool. All right, we're going to be moving into 4. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. 4 brand new castings. Kicking it off with this one. This is the 2022 Alfa Romeo Stelvio. This is their newest SUV. Not the tonale, or the toenail, as a lot of people in the U.S. want to call it. This is the Stelvio. This is the little bit bigger one, more of a mid-size-ish sized crossover. Not a super compact crossover, but still looks pretty good. So we'll get that guy cracked out of there. We're going to go right to the base. 1473 is the date, or the Man code right there. Brand new casting, 1473. This one looks very, very good. It is prototypical of most crossovers that Matchbox has been doing. The over fenders and stuff like that is part of the interior. That is pretty common. There is your prints on the front, which look fantastic. Headlights look good. Details look good. Got your Alfa Romeo symbol in there. That looks pretty good. Super glossy. Very, very nice details on that guy. Then, of course, full plate details on there as well. Got Alfa Romeo in the back. It says Stelvio. And then there is your Q4 logo. That is for the all-wheel drive system on the model, I believe, on the real one. This one does have opening doors. Wow, these are really, really nice wide opening doors, and those open fantastic. Those open really, really good. Those are a different hinge style. So there is a piece of metal in there instead of having like a large hinge. It's just kind of like a flat piece of metal that just holds the door out. It's very interesting. It's definitely a much higher quality hinge than some of the other models, especially like that Volkswagen we looked at. Some details on the inside of the door panels. That looks good. I like that. Inside of it, left-hand drive looks good. This model is available worldwide, so hopefully there is no interior variations or anything, but doors are very, very nice. I like that there's side mirrors on there as well. Very, very nice model. Very, very impressed with this model for sure. It looks really good. I'm really impressed with that one. That's really, really nice. All right, yes, a second SUV, and this couldn't be farther from the spectrum than the first one we saw. This is the 1978 Ford Bronco, the full-size big Bronco. This one looks absolutely fantastic. Blue and white. Again, brand spanking new casting, debuting in this case for moving parts. This one has seemed to be extremely popular for the people who have been able to find this case thus far. A little bit late here on the channel. So this topper is actually a separate piece, but it is permanent. Now you can drill this apart. 3-inch diecast Bliss on Instagram. He does a lot of customizing. He's actually drilled one of these across, and you can actually leave that top piece out. You do have to cut the window that's inside, but you can turn it into a prototypical open top Bronco, which is really nice. This looks pretty good with the 6-spoke utilities. Chrome base on it, so no prints needed for the front, but that looks good. Very, very proper. Details in the back. Look at that. Taillight prints done up. Got your Ford on there. That looks fantastic. Nice and lifted up. This guy does have an opening hood. Nice detail down in there. See if we can get some lighting in there. I do have to apologize about upside down, but we got to get some lighting in there. So really, really good prints down in there. Got your blue block on there. There's your air cleaner. Looks fantastic. This is very, very impressive. 1488 is your man number. So moving right up there, we're going to be at, well, we're probably well into the 1500s by now for sure, because they have a ton of new models for this year. But this one is quite impressive. It's very appropriately sized. It's nice and wide. The stance is really good, actually. It looks very proper. It's not too small, not too big. That one's actually really, really good. That's a really, really cool one. All right, keeping it a bit old school, we're going to go 1970 AMC Javelin. Again, brand spanking new model for 2024. They do don that little seal that's on there. The main line also gets that seal as well. So we're going to crack this guy open. Now, there are 2 Broncos per case. There's also 2 of these AMC Javelins per case. And then there's 2, I think 2 of the Lambos maybe, 2 of the Stelvios maybe. I have to remember. I didn't crack a case when I found these. I found these at retail. All right, so there's our 70 AMC Javelin. This one in a kind of a grabber blue kind of color. Really good print on the sides there. It says Javelin. SST there at the back. Looks fantastic with tri-spokes. Looks like it has a 330 in there. Prints on the front look pretty good. I guess there is no prints on the front, huh? Literally no prints. That is very interesting. 0 prints. There is a print on the hood, though. So a little bit of print right there. Just say Javelin. This one does have an opening hood. It has a black base. So this model is very interesting. This model actually exceeds the allotted piece assembly. 1457 is the man number on that one. So the bumpers are separate. See, the interior is black. The bumpers are separate. The bumpers are chrome. Very interesting. Very interesting. This guy does have an opening hood as well, which, ooh, holy cow. Look at that. Get that to open a little bit. Look at the detail and the depth in there. Ooh. I can't even tell you. Let me get a piece of this cardboard, try to hold this up so you can see in there. The amount of depth and the amount of three-dimensional detail in that engine bay is unreal. That is fantastic. That is one of the best looking under hood cars we've seen from Moving Parts in quite some time. I am very, very impressed. And that hood is metal. The hood is die cast. Matchbox is putting some serious money into these moving parts. I am very, very, very impressed on what they've been doing with these moving parts. This guy does get some prints on the back. Make sure we don't miss those. No prints on the front, but does get prints on the back. Kind of interesting. I wonder if this is supposed to have prints. Maybe this was an error. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of detail to this to leave off the front end, but that could be possible. Maybe they decided to just opt out, or, you know, have to somewhat get into the budget as well. All right. 2019 Lamborghini Aventador SBJ Roadster. This model was delayed. This model was actually supposed to come out in 2023. It was actually supposed to come out in the collector line, but it was delayed and has now debuting here in Moving Parts. I can almost assure you this will make its way to the collector line at some point in time. Again, brand spanking new model, brand spanking new casting for 2024. We'll get this guy slid out of there. One's in there a little bit tighter than the rest. Take a look at our base deets right away. 1385, you can tell by how old the man number is, how long this has been in development. You see 2022. This model has been delayed for quite some time. It is extremely, extremely wide. I mean, it is extremely wide. Probably one of the widest Matchbox in a long time. Almost harkens back to, dare I say, the Tyco era. It is that wide, and I'm not exaggerating. This thing is extremely, extremely wide. But this looks pretty good. This is, forget the name of it. There's a special name for the orange, but look at the insane amount of detail all over this thing. They have details for all the little vents, nooks and crannies, all that stuff like that. Just looks incredible. Tail lights done up as well. There's your double exhaust out the back. Looks pretty good. Too bad the wing is filled in, but at least it's metal, part of the model itself. Of course, this does have moving parts. It is a moving parts model. It does have opening doors. That is the extent of the opening doors, unfortunately. However, there is an additional piece inside the door, which has absolutely no detail on it. So there's no detail on there whatsoever. But there is a door panel. It literally has a door panel on it, and it is riveted on there. You see there is a rivet spot. I'm not really sure what the plan is that they decided to go with. Oh, that one. There we go. That one opens a little bit better. A little bit bigger. So you can see that door panel a little bit better. There's, like I said, there's zero detail to that door panel. But it is an extra piece. Now, my assumption, well, at least I thought my assumption was, is maybe that inner panel has something to do with the mechanism. But if you look down in there, you can see that the metal does go into the front. So the mechanism to open the door is still metal. I can see why this model was delayed for such a long time. I still don't think that they did a great job on the full execution. The door doesn't really close all that well. The colors don't match up that well either. I think this might have been a little bit too ambitious of a model for the budget. But it looks good as a stationary model. Definitely looks good as a stationary model. Definitely not the cream of the crop. I honestly thought that that would be the best of the mix. Unfortunately, it is not the best of the mix. And just for a number of reasons. I'm sure when you guys get your hands on that, you may like it But I just think that that one's lacking in just a little bit of areas. But statically looks fantastic. That AMC Javelin, I don't know. That thing is pretty wicked. The Bronco's pretty wicked. New castings are typically going to trump anything from moving parts. I particularly like the Ram. But, you know, it's a casting we've already seen. It's got to be between the Bronco and the AMC, the AMX. That thing is just... I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say that this AMX right here is the absolute cream of the crop. That is the best model in this particular mix. I know a lot of people are going to love that Bronco. There's going to be guys out there that love the Lambo. But this is definitely the best one. Don't get me wrong. The Alfa Romeo is nice. The other two castings we've seen. But this guy is on another level. Whoever designed this model... Premium. Can't wait to see that in actual premium because that model is fantastic. So we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Catch you next time here at Level M. Peace.